So if you've seen the video before this one, you probably know what all these products are. I placed a huge order with this company. The video before this one was more clothes, household items, just random things. Today is all makeup, and I'm not going to lie, I am very nervous about this video. I am so afraid my skin's going to come off or I'm going to have some kind of like a allergic reaction or something, but I love you guys so much, so I'm going to sacrifice my skin for you. No, just kidding. But it is super affordable makeup, and if it works out, that's amazing. I've tried a lot of stuff from Miss AOA, and my skin did just fine with their stuff, so hopefully this will go well as well. So I do want to mention a few things before we get started. Everything came smushed in this orange bag here, but it's free shipping, so I imagine they're just trying to save money there. So if you planned on giving anything away as a gift, it might have smushed packaging, just so you're aware. But I will say nothing, out of all the stuff that I purchased, nothing came broken. So that's pretty impressive. And I do want to read you a little bit about the company, because I'm sure you're wondering how everything could be so affordable. So let me just read up a little bit on it for you, just so you know. It says Temu means team up, price down, which reflects Temu's focus on using economies of scale to drive down prices for the consumers. The more shoppers who buy, the more sellers and manufacturers can produce at scale. This leads to lower costs for suppliers and better prices for shoppers. And everything is made in China. The company can keep prices really low for the consumer. Temu also uses a creative marketing strategy called reverse marketing. There is a lot on their website. I mean, they have everything on there. So you got to understand, though, if everything is super affordable, it's not going to be as high as quality. So, and I kind of mentioned that in the previous video. So if you want to check out that video, I will link that here, and you might want to check that out. So let's get into this makeup and see how it goes. Yeah, I am a little nervous. I'm not going to lie. So I have almost a full face, I think. And I will say, when I was looking, a lot of the stuff is written in Chinese, so I don't even know what half of this stuff is. So let me get everything out, and then we're going to start. Okay, so looking here, I don't think I purchased a palette, only because I don't know why. I do have a lot of palettes, so that was probably my mindset then. But I do have like some kind of topper. So what I'm thinking is I can just apply some, bronzer here just as a base, put on that little topper and just see how that goes. But I did buy a eye primer somewhere. So like I said, I mean, a lot of this stuff is not even, I can't even read it. So I believe this is the eye primer here. Nope, that's not it. Hold on, let me find it. Right here. I haven't seen a lot of makeup reviews from this company. Okay, so this packaging kind of reminds me of the Pearly. I mean, that's pretty impressive, and it does have like a little bit of tint. Oh boy, here we go, you guys. I'm already putting stuff in my hair. How shocking. Yeah, there is a tint to it, and I do remember there were different shades available. And let me see if this one says what's on here. If not, I'm going to be placing like the prices and what it is up in the corner here, just so you guys have an idea of what this stuff costs. So yeah, it was pretty cheap. This really reminds me a lot of the Pearly and the one I get off Amazon. It's almost identical. So that is pretty impressive so far. Again, if my skin stays on my face, we're in luck here, folks. Yeah, but so far so good. Let me see if there's really no scent to that. Okay. I'm pretty happy. This is actually a very nice base. There's a tack to it. It's everything that it should be. And I am going to place just a little bit of bronzer and just use that as my shadow. And let's see here. And I'm just using my Milani one. And this is in the shade 03 Suntan. So, ooh, that's pretty pigmented. Didn't realize that was going to be that dark. But that's a kind of a good thing for me, because I was a little worried that I didn't have an eyeshadow here. Okay, so that's all applied, and I did put it on my eyelids as well because I do want this little topper to pop. And I am going to place something on my lips because they're super chapped lately. And this one's called Jolly JoJo Fat Oil. So let's try this out. So this one I did look at earlier, and it's pretty... reminds me of something. If you know what it is, put it in the comment section because I do know a lot of these are supposed to be like dupes. So let's see if there is like some kind of tint. Ooh, it looks kind of goopy. I don't know. There is like some kind of sweet smell. Oh, it feels nice. It is a little thick. So it's really not like a lip oil. It's thick but not sticky. I don't know about this one. I mean, it's okay. It's just not the best. So that's just all right. So let's get into that topper. It's called you guys, yeah, I don't know what half of this stuff says, so we're just gonna roll with it. And let's see if there is a shade on here. Yeah, that's the only thing. Their packaging is very hard to read. So like I said, I will be putting it up here somewhere as, you know, when I go to edit. So the packaging is super pretty. It looks like this is like a rose gold. Looks kind of fancy. And oh, this is the stick here. So hopefully I can get it to where you can see the little sparkles in here. So let's try this out and see how it goes. And see if it's really pigmented or anything. I do like the ease of how you can apply this. So it's just very subtle, but it is pretty. It does have a feeling, unless this will dry down, that it's not going to last very long. But we will see, you know, if it dries down. I mean, that is very subtle. So, yeah, you barely get any kind of pigment out of that. It almost has like a very oily feel that, yeah, I just don't feel like it's going to last long. And it really does not build up on itself very well. This could be a complete fail video, but we're only into a couple things here. But I did like that eye primer. Okay, so what would be next? Let's go into, I do have some fake lashes here, and I did get a mascara. Put on a very light coat of the mascara. And this one is just called Lash Mascara. And I did see a bunch over on their website that were definitely dupes. And unfortunately, the ones that I wanted were all sold out. But this is the packaging here. Very pretty. I love the packaging. It's just the products are kind of iffy so far. So this is the wand here. So that is pretty hefty wand. So it definitely has an old school wand. And it does seem to be gripping my lashes really good. And I do like that it's not super runny. And there's not like a, you know, major scent to it. It's not super strong. That's a few coats. So that's pretty good. It definitely added length. And like I said, I'm just going to put on a very light layer right now because I always have a hard time going over my lashes with falsies. Okay, so the mascara, you know, is not bad, but what I am going to do is just place a little bit on the back of my hand and just see if it like smears away really quickly once it's dried. And I'll let you know for sure if it does, you know, flake, smear, or any of that in the comment site or down in the description box. But so far, they do seem to be drying down just fine. Okay, so let's try these little half lashes here. As I'm looking at them, they do look like they have a pretty wide band. So let's see. Yeah, they do look pretty wide, but you never know. They might be not too bad. And there does seem to be like a little something at the end. Sometimes, you know, they put that on there just so it's easier to get off the packaging. So I am just going to cut off that little tiny end part. And the glue that I brought down is just like a pen glue. So what I'm going to do is just place a little bit, do I want to place it on my eye? I do find when I do that, sometimes I go too far and it's hard, you know, just kind of starts sticking to my lashes. So I just got to be careful. And then I'm going to take the lash and place a little bit on the lash. And the nice thing with these kind of pen glues is that it's instant, so you don't have to wait for it to dry. I struggle with lashes as it is, so this is going to be interesting. So that actually went on pretty easy. Now, does it make a huge difference? Yeah, just a slight difference. It did kind of thicken that, so they're not actually bad. The band, like I said, is just a little thicker than I would want, but not too shabby. I'm just going to apply this other one and we'll try these other products. I forgot that I did purchase one of those stamp liners. I love that, the one that has the wings. So we are going to incorporate that in this look. So it comes like in this packaging here. So, and I will say those half lashes are super easy to apply. Sometimes a thicker band does help, especially if you are, you know, someone that doesn't wear lashes a lot like myself. So yeah, they're not bad. Let me just stamp the back of my hand, just like that. Ooh, yeah, so that's pretty pigmented there. And let's give this a try. I've tried many of these stamp liners, wing stamp liners. So let's see how this one works out. So yeah, that is, you know, like I said, that is pretty pigmented here and super easy to use. Now, I am going to actually come over on my inner corner just to kind of blend that in with that band, just so it doesn't look like it's so chopped off. This is not bad at all. And it was super easy to use. So let's try this end here. And I'm just going to get it as close as possible and give it a good push. Yeah, this is one of the most pigmented ones I have tried. A lot of times, like, I'll do that and there's like all these empty spaces that I have to go fill in. And then on the other end here, they have a nice pointed liner. And I will show you that in just a second. So on the other end, yeah, there is like the pointy liner that makes a nice thin line. So we're going to test this to see how waterproof it is. But as you can see how easy that was to use. So I actually really like that wing stamp. That is a good one. Okay, let's get into this complexion. This is where I'm going to get really nervous. Okay, I did get a primer, and this one looked really interesting. It has SPF of 50 in it, and it's Sador is the name brand, but it's a concealer cream tricolor. So they have all these different pigments, you know, to even out your skin tone. So far, the packaging looks very interesting. Now, it does look here, you know, like some of the stuff has kind of run together. So I don't know, I don't know about that, but it looks really cool. So I get the concept. You know, it's going to even out the skin tone. I do like that there's SPF in it. So let's give this a try. So when it comes out, it looks like that. Ooh, it looks a little runny. So, and you can't really shake it. So that's not the case. Ooh, it feels very watery. And there is a slight scent to it, but not that sunscreen scent. Yeah, there's just a very slight scent to it. So nothing that's too strong or, you know, that's going to be a problem, I don't think. I probably should, no, I don't know why it's, see how, it's not oily. I'm not getting that at all. It just seems watery. Yeah, I was thinking maybe I should have primed it first, but I'm not really seeing where it evened out my skin tone. I don't see that it did anything, to tell you the truth. Yeah, I was expecting more of, you know, it to even out my skin tone, you know, take some discoloration out, but I'm still, it looks the exact same. So I don't know about this, but it does feel very nice on the skin. It starts getting almost like a tack to it the more that it's sitting on my skin. Okay, so now I have this. Now this is where I'm a little nervous, but it looked really cool. It reminded me of, oh gosh, what is that brand that has this? But you guys will you'll know, it'll come to me in just a second. They just came out with it not too long ago. Oh, it's gonna drive me crazy. Makeup Forever. So, one side, there's all these cream blushes, and the other side is like, you know, contour, you can use bronzing, all that. So I thought this was really cool. So if this works, this would be pretty neat if I can open it. Well, we might not be trying this at all today. Okay, yeah, you just have to press down, you know, right at the right spot for it to open up. So this is what it looks like inside. So there's a lot of choices here. I really don't know if there's anything deep enough for me for bronzing though. So this would be more like a palette for, you know, like my foundation, concealer, absolutely for blushes. I'm definitely probably going to have to mix a few shades to come up with my custom shade, you know, because I am a little self-tanning. So, you know, from the monitor, this one looks like to be the closest. So let's start there. And what I think I'm going to do is take like a little spatula and just take a little bit out just in case I do need to mix it with something. And I do want to kind of warm this up on my hand. So I'm just going to place a little bit here just to see what the shade will look like. So this might actually work. Yeah, and I think that's pretty much the deepest shade, unfortunately. You know what? I probably should have got a little deeper of a palette because I do think that they had something a little richer, warmer. So let's place it on. And I will say it does feel pretty good on the skin. I'm going to take a brush and just start blending. Hopefully this is the one I used the other day for foundation. Pick up a little bit more on my brush and let's go over here. They did have, you know, regular foundations and stuff like that, but I don't know. I just wanted to try something like this. I thought it was, you know, interesting. I don't have anything really like this in my collection, so I was hoping that it would work out, but I do feel like I'm needing a lot of product. But I will say it really blends out quickly. And like I said, it's just a more thinner of a formula, so it's not really hard to maneuver around. And from what I can see from here, being back so far, it has decent coverage. So what I think I'm going to do, as you can see, this is how much I've already used, you know, to do my full face. So this is maybe a product that would not last very long, but it's probably maybe not supposed to be intended as, you know, your base. I don't know. Very interesting. It's okay. Is it the best I have? Absolutely not. But it's okay, you know. I think, you know, for every day, this definitely would not be something ideal. Like I said, that's already, you know, how much I used already. Maybe if you were traveling, if this, you know, stays on my skin pretty good, this might be a great option. Let's see how this will work as a concealer too. That's why I got it, you know, that way everything's all in one little spot. I think for concealer, I'm going to try this one here. I might have to mix. A couple. This one's interesting because it does have like a peach undertone, so that might really work. So let me just grab a little bit of that, place that in my palm, and I'm going to actually grab a little bit of this white and mix it and see what I come up with. And there's definitely like a little peach undertone, but let's give it a try. Sometimes it really conceals the dark spots, so let's see if this will work. So actually I probably made it almost too light, but we're going to start here and just cover up some of this dark spots. Yeah, I do like it as a concealer so far. That's what it feels like it should be. You know, more of a creamy consistency. I would think that this is intended to be what I'm doing because there's so many options. I can't imagine that's all supposed to be concealer. So, yeah, the shade is a little light. So what I think I'm going to do now is go into my concealer brush and just kind of tap a little bit of this shade here. What is fun is you can kind of play around and come up, like I said, with your custom shade. Yeah, that's almost really close to my skin tone. So let's see what it looks like close up. Yeah, it's very creamy. So for my under eyes, I'm loving it. I imagine it could possibly crease, like I said, if this doesn't dry down. But as of right now, it looks actually very pretty under the eyes. So, that's not too shabby. And yeah, on my skin, like I said, I'm just worried. It just seems very, like it still has a lot of tack to it. So we'll see once we put the powder and stuff over that. Now I do have a powder bronzer, so I don't know how this is going to work out. But I'm going to try one of these blushes here because these are really pretty. Let's see what would go best. There's really not a look to go with, so I'm kind of open to options here. Let's just swatch a couple and just see what they look like. So I just grabbed 3 shades here. So that one, ooh, that's pretty. And so they're all just very pretty. They're pretty pigmented, I will say that. I think I'm going to use this brush here, my BK one. And I think I'm going to try this shade here. This just looked like a very pretty pink. That looks pretty pigmented. So I'm just going to be very light-handed. Yeah, these are super pigmented, so you'd have to be very careful, but they are really pretty. Oh boy. Okay, so let me just take my sponge and just kind of go around the edges of that. Plus, I'll be putting some powder over this, so I don't want to lighten it up too much. So this palette, it's interesting. I will, definitely let you know how it lasted throughout the day. There's things in here I like, and there's things in here I'm not sure about yet. But I do like it so far as my concealer. Yeah, it's not creasing really yet at all. Again, it still feels tacky. That's the only thing. It's not really drying down. But like I said, I do have a powder, and I've seen, a lot of powders like this. I know Makeup Revolution has one. I know there's a lot like on makeup artists' websites that look like this. So the only bad thing about these is that you really can't place it in the cap. So what I'm going to do is just place it on like, I don't know. Well, Laura, you probably have to take off the plastic that's there, which I'm happy is there, but hello, I mean, I'm new today, hi. All right, so I'm just going to place a little bit on my palette. And so it looks like this. So this looks like it's going to be a decent shade. I'm just kind of go around and tap right now. And really get this T-zone. Oh my goodness. Yeah, because I'm really worried it's going to slip off the T-zone, but let's see if this is going to help with anything. Okay, so the powder seems to be nice. It's really finely milled. And, oh boy, it's still super tacky under even all this powder. And I was super generous with that powder. Let me take a look. The powder is really nice. I can't even tell that I have powder on. Let me see what it looks like under the eye. So I'm just going to take another brush here and just kind of tap things out. This looks really good under the eyes, I think. Or is it fading away as we speak? I feel like it's almost, I could be seeing things, but I feel like it's almost like disappearing. Everything's just very interesting. As you can tell, like even the blush has gotten lighter. Like I said, the powder could do that, but that's what I'm getting. It's almost like all the products are absorbing into my skin is what I'm getting. I don't know about this, you guys. I don't know about their makeup. I'm just not a huge fan at this point. There was something that I did see on, oh, there is a highlighter. I'm scared about this one. Okay, so this is what the highlighter looks like. And it looks identical to the Rare Beauty packaging. And let's take a look. It's all, you know, much cheaper quality, but it does look like it. Ooh, guys, I don't know. Let me share it out. Oh boy, it goes almost to, oh no, it's still there. But it feels oily. So I'm just going to place a couple drops right here. And I'm going to take my sponge and see what happens. Well, I will say it's very pretty, but it's lifting my makeup. I feel like it's lifted the makeup slightly. Yeah, it's lifted the makeup. I was so excited about all this makeup. I really thought this would be the ticket. But I will say at this point, definitely the Miss AOA is a much better choice if you want to buy on a budget. The highlighter, yeah, it's almost like an oil. It felt like it was, well, it did. It lifted up. And as you can see how, like, yeah, and I have powder on, you guys. Let me do it again. So yeah, it's sticking to my skin. Yeah, everything's just kind of fading. Okay, well there's only a couple more products before we get through this sore here. Okay, so I only have 2 lip products, and I've seen this over on TikTok. And what it does is you put it on and it dries and it's supposed to stain. But then I also got these ones too. It's called non-stick cup lipstick. So the packaging looks like this, and it looks like you get 4 shades of lipstick, which are super pretty. They're just tiny, which will be really nice for, you know, to put in your purse. So let's grab this one here. Very creamy. Yeah, these aren't bad at all. I do like that shade too. So, these are actually really nice. So I do like that lipstick. And let's swatch the. Well, there's one of the shades here. Oh, let's see this one. Okay, this one's in there. This is almost like a comedy show. Okay, so this is this shade here. That's actually really pretty. And that one's really nice too. So the shades that I do have, they seem pretty nice. Let's try this thing. I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm doing at this point. I feel like a newbie here. Okay, so what you do with this, oh boy, this is going to be, I already know. I'm so scared. Oh boy. Okay. You put it on, and I think you're supposed to let it dry down. So I'm going to let it dry down, and we're going to see what happens. Okay, it's not drying down. It's all deep, you guys. Oh my gosh. I hope I really didn't do something crazy here. I don't even know what to do. Okay, it is coming on. Do you guys, are you seeing this disaster? Oh my gosh. So it does stain. I will say that I'm just very nervous about getting this in my mouth. The great thing is it stained my teeth. I am literally going to go upstairs. Wash all this off because I am honestly a little nervous about all this makeup. Something is already transferring here, so I'm going to imagine that is my mascara, and I'll tell you why, because this is still slightly tacky. My face is tacky. As you can see, all the blush is now completely gone. This side, not so much, but this side is pretty much already almost gone. Yeah, so let's try this though. I do want to take like a little bit of water and I'm going to place it on that eyeliner and see. Okay, now that is definitely a waterproof for sure. I'm interested to place it on. Let's put some water on these blushes. And just now, the weird thing is, out of these blushes, they did not soak into my hand. So, and they're not really wiping away with water. So that's kind of interesting. So I'm wondering, I don't know what could be the problem. It could be that primer. It could be, yeah, it's hard to say now because now that I think about that, these didn't wipe away that easily. It could be because I used, you know, this as a, you know, all my base makeup. But, I mean, that, what else would you use it for? Okay, it does say concealer and blush. But, I mean, why would you need all of that for a concealer? I guess like for makeup artists or something, maybe that's it. But at any rate, you guys, it wouldn't be something I don't think I would use on the daily. Anyway, I will definitely try the blush again and let you guys know. That could be a user error. Let's see about this mascara. That seems to be, yeah, staying in place pretty good, and I'm even using a spoolie and it's not really flicking away, so the mascara seems pretty good. So the only real fail I think at this point, well, one of the lipsticks were broke. This is going in the garbage. I don't even understand why people would even do that. Look at my teeth. I'm going to have to hopefully brush my teeth and it'll come off. This is going in the trash. I will never ever use that again. This highlighter is going to go in the trash. That is very oily and it definitely lifted up my makeup. So that trash. Let's see what else we can get rid of here. So I did like this little lipstick thing. The only one that of course is this one here, the broken one. So these were not bad. You know, I did like the shade and I did like how it felt. The powder, I don't know. I will definitely try this again. So this is not a throwaway. The mascara seems to be fine right now. So as long as it stays on throughout the day, I will keep that. The liner, I'm definitely keeping that double-ended liner. I do like this here, the eye primer. And this here, I'm going to try it again, like I said, with you know, a normal. There goes Kane. Hold on. Somebody's here. You know, it had a pretty colors and stuff like that. So I'm going to try it with a different foundation. The lip oil, that, I mean, it wasn't bad, you know, so I'm definitely going to keep it and give it to my niece. I think she would really love it. So definitely going to keep it and give it to her. This here, I think this is a lot of the problem too. So, plus, like I said, it just didn't do anything. You know, I thought it was really going to even out the skin tone. That's what it says it's going to do. So I think I'm actually going to throw this away. Unless you guys, if somebody has tried it and said they absolutely love it, don't do it. But as of right now, I think that is a lot of the problem right now. So that's going to go in the trash, and I am going to go upstairs and take off this makeup. I don't even know how I'm going to do a thumbnail at this point because yeah, my teeth are all stained. I might have to do a touch up and do a thumbnail because at this point I'm frightened. I'm really scared. All right, you guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you did find it helpful. Yeah, my skin's still intact. It did not fall off my face, so that is good. And I don't feel any burning or like I'm reacting to anything at this point. So, you know, that is, you know, successful video in itself. But as for Temu makeup, I definitely can tell it's hit or miss. I definitely would not buy the cheaper end of the spectrum with their products, and I definitely would read, you know, people's reviews on that. So that being said, if I had a choice, I definitely would go to Miss AOA. Their products, you know, almost everything that I've tried, I absolutely love. It's good quality, and you know, it's even cheaper than some of this. So, all right, that's my thoughts thoughts on this stuff. Again, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, if you please give me a like, I truly appreciate it. It helps me out, helps this video get pushed out. I can't wait to see you guys again. I love you so much. And until next time.